What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chug YouTube channel. Today we're going to be checking out something a little bit different for this channel and having a look at this guy. Let's check it out. Alright, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chug YouTube channel. My name is DJ, and if you're brand new here, then please just allow me one moment to introduce myself. I'm a guitarist from here in the UK, from the Southwest. I've been playing guitar for about 20 years or so at this point. I play in a band. We're a groovecore band. We do a lot of shouty, screamy, heavy, riffy stuff with the occasional little bit of melody and singing in there as well. If you feel like checking us out and that sounds like your jam, then I'll leave some links down below for you to check out, should you wish, with our appreciation, of course. Anyway, we're not here to talk about me, and we're not here to talk about my band. We're here to check this out. This is the Gretsch Streamliner Jet 1 pickup guitar. Before we jump into this review proper, let's see how she sounds in a full demo mix, and then we'll come back and check out some specs. So this is the Gretsch Streamliner Jet 1 pickup guitar. We've got a mahogany body with a carved maple top. We've got a mahogany neck and an Indian laurel fretboard. The neck shape is listed as a fast C, and we've got a 24 3/4 inch scale length, or 24.875 inches to be exact. Our fingerboard radius is 12 inches. We've got 22 medium jumbo nickel silver frets, and we've got a Graphtec Nubone nut. The nut width is listed as 1.6875 inches, or 42.86 millimeters. We've got a hot wire high output ceramic humbucker pickup in the bridge position only. We've got a master volume, a master tone. We've got a compensated wraparound bridge and own brand die-cast sealed tuners. So just quickly, I'll mention that the signal chain for today's video is going to be the guitar going into the Focusrite Scarlett Solo interface. That's going to be plugged into GarageBand, and in GarageBand I've got the Soldano SLO 100 plugin loaded up by Neural DSP, my personal favorite plugin. None of this is sponsored. This is my own guitar that came to me through my Project Marketplace series in exchange for a Jackson King V 6-string guitar. First things first, what a cool guitar. This is a cool guitar. I will put my gloss biases aside for this review today, as is well documented on this channel. I'm not a huge fan of gloss guitars. I don't hate gloss guitars. I don't like gloss necks, But I just don't like that when you look at a gloss guitar, all you can see is everything in front of the guitar. So you can see my lights, you can see my window, you can probably see my camera. It's a very, very, very glossy guitar, this. And if that's your kind of thing, then more power to you. You will love this guitar. It's not for me, but it still looks super cool and super sleek. And for Gretsch, this isn't the sort of instrument that I would kind of associate them with. I would kind of associate them with rock, rockabilly, that kind of thing. So to make an instrument like this, which almost delves into like a metal realm with one pickup in the bridge position, I think that's kind of cool. To talk about this fretboard. This guitar came to me via a trade through my Project Marketplace series. If you're not sure what that is, I'll leave links up below and at the end of the video for you to check out after this if you'd like. And this guitar was previously owned by a chap who won it in a competition for £1 raffle ticket or something like that. He paid £1, entered a competition and won the guitar. He played it twice, hated it and never played it again, and that's why he put it up for trade. But he never did anything to it. He never did a setup, he never changed the strings. So by all accounts, when I got this guitar, it was out of the box new. I think he said he played it twice, that was it. So it was in a new condition. And I have to say, what a horrible condition it was in, Gretsch QC people. I can't blame them too harshly because it might have been sat around in a factory or sat around in a workshop or a guitar shop for a long time. But either way, it was not in a good condition. And I did have to do a lot of work to it. Whilst I was fingerprints, so many fingerprints. Now, whilst I was doing that work, I lubricated or rehydrated the fretboard. And as I was doing it, I was genuinely taken aback at how beautiful the fretboard is. I honestly don't think, excluding my Legator Ghost, which has a roasted curly maple or caramelized maple neck on it, I don't think I've got a guitar with a fretboard this beautiful on it. This is an Indian Laurel fretboard, and it's really hard to pick up in the footage, but it just came to life. It's got so much figuring to it. It's stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a really beautiful fretboard. And I was like, I had to stop what I was doing. I got to about the 5th fret while I was rehydrating it, and I had to stop to take some photos and videos of it. So I put up my Instagram stories, and I was just like, this is the most beautiful fretboard I think I've ever seen. And it comes on this, which is a 370 pound guitar. It absolutely blew my mind. So like I said, this came to me relatively brand new, so we will judge it as such, and I have to say the neck was in a bad way. It was backbowed so much that you just couldn't fret anything on about the 1st, 2nd or 3rd fret. It was so bad, everything was choking out. I did have quite a lot of trouble getting it set. It seems like a very movable neck. Now I have got it stable for now, and it seems to have settled over the last few days, but I did have to adjust it, come back the next day, readjust it, come back the next day and readjust it, and it just seemed to be constantly fighting to be too much relief and too little relief. So that, I think, is a really important point to note for a guitar in this, or really any price point, is that if you buy a brand new guitar, as we're treating this as it was, you might need to give it to a luthier, or at least to someone you know who knows what they're doing with setting up guitars, to really make it shine and play as good as it possibly can. Now, when I initially put this guitar up on this YouTube page, when I did the first introductory video, which I always do for my Project Marketplace guitars, someone commented, excuse me, I can't remember who it was, but I'll put a screenshot here, that it sounds dead. And I have to agree, this thing sounded dead. It sounded rubbish. It was just completely lifeless. Hard to put your finger on why, but it just sounded so bland and so vanilla. There was no life to it at all. But since doing that setup, okay, so we got a fresh set of strings on here. We got some Ernie Ball slash strings on here. Like I said, I've rehydrated the fretboard, which was an amazing experience. Really brought the neck to life. I polished every single fret to within an inch of its life. They're so shiny and so smooth now. It just gave it a good setup, set the intonation, set the action, and like I mentioned, set the truss rod. And once I had done that, this came to life. So aside from the torrid kind of setup state it was in, which is completely fixable, and like I said, is sometimes how you get guitars in this price point, all of that aside, the general fit and finish of this guitar is absolutely perfect. The frets particularly are so comfortable. They're leveled really nicely. The fret ends feel fantastic, especially with this binding. They're so set in that the tangs, which is the bit that goes into the neck that is sometimes exposed if you don't have binding, everything is just so smooth. It's such a lovely playing experience. Yes, it does have a gloss neck. Gloss necks are not my favorite. They get really sticky when I play because I get a bit sweaty when I play, so I do prefer satin neck, but that's just a personal thing. Otherwise, it is really nice. We do have a bolt-on neck, which does feel a bit weird on a Les Paul style guitar, but you quickly get used to it. It's not fantastic for access, but it's certainly not a thick body, so it's not really a massive problem. The neck feels really comfortable to play on. It's relatively thin, and like it says, it's a speed neck, so yeah, I think it lives up to that. I think that's a good way to describe this particular neck. Tuning stability is excellent. I've played this a lot over the last couple of weeks that I've had it, and since I've done that setup, really important that I did that. Since I did that, this has held tune very well, only with some minor adjustments during like demos and tone videos that I was doing, but generally it's held tune really well. The pickup in it has real bite. It's a really nice pickup. I think it's just an own brand pickup. Gretsch put like little trademark signs after everything on all their website and stuff, so I'm assuming it's just an own brand pickup. It's hot, it's great for kind of metal and rock and hard rock tones. Really only does one thing, but the tone pot does add a little bit of versatility, but it's a really nice sounding pickup, and after that setup I think it sounds really good. One other thing that's worth mentioning with this guitar, when I first got it, I was in a car park in Frome, which is about half an hour away from where I live. That's in the southwest of the UK. And I was in the car park. Oh, I've set the dog off. He thinks someone's at the door. I was in the car park knocking on it because it felt either semi-hollow or chambered. I don't think it is. It's just really, really lightweight. But the reason I kept checking it is acoustically, it's so loud. And I hate it when guitarists on YouTube are like, oh, it's acoustically, it's really loud. But genuinely, this is really, really loud. Just to sit and twiddle on and just to play and like have as a lounge guitar or whatever. It's just super, super loud and super, super resonant. I think one other really nice appointment for a guitar in this price point is the Nubo nut on the top. I think that is a great appointment, a Graphtec Nubo nut. They're not expensive, and I just don't think there's any reason to be putting super cheap plastic nuts on any guitar these days. They're so cheap on just the retail market to buy. So to buy them trade in like high volumes, I just can't imagine they'd add that much expense to a guitar, but they make such a difference with tuning stability. So I think the Nubo nut by Graphtec is such a nice appointment on this guitar. The only thing I'm not super stoked on with this guitar, these volume and tone pots down here, I get they're going for a vibe and I get they're going for something a bit different, but I just feel like they make it look real cheap, and they've got like ribbed plastic and they've just got these gold stickers on top, and nothing else on this guitar is gold, so I don't really understand what they're going for. I just feel like they look really cheap, and I'm not keeping this guitar. This is, like I said, a trading guitar that I'm going to be using on Project Marketplace to get something new again. But if I was keeping this, I honestly don't think I would change anything except those. They would be coming straight off. They would be the only one thing that I'd probably be taking straight off of this guitar, because I just think they make it look real cheap. So I mentioned in a previous video that I just don't think it matters where guitars are made anymore, and I know there's loads of YouTubers that will say the same thing, because this guitar in particular is made in China, and if you went back like 5 or 10 years, I think a lot of guitarists would have turned their nose up and scoffed at the idea of a guitar made in China. It didn't have the best reputation for building guitars, but I just don't think it really matters anymore. Guitar manufacturing has come along such a long way over the last few years. I think this is an amazing example of this. There's no way of knowing where this is made. If I put this in your hands and put a blindfold on you, you wouldn't say this isn't made in Indonesia or in a Cortec factory or something like that. This is an absolutely wonderfully built instrument. It sounds amazing. It plays amazing. The fit and finish are amazing. All right, the setup wasn't brilliant, but that's something that you can fix with a bit of work, half an hour to an hour of work when you get the guitar, or £15 to a luthier at your local guitar shop, that sort of thing. Nothing crazy. So I think it's a testament to how far guitar building has come in China. And yeah, I just don't think it matters where guitars are built anymore. And this is a testament to that. I think that's probably everything that I've got to say about this particular guitar, the Gretsch Streamliner Jet. This has been a lot of fun. I've had some wicked guitars on the channel, and I put an offer out on a trade for this one just kind of on a whim. It wouldn't necessarily have been something I normally would have kind of gone for, but it just kind of caught my eye, and I was just like, you know what, that's a cool looking guitar. I want to try it, and I'm so glad that I did. Really enjoyable guitar, very, very fun to play, very easy to play, well balanced, really nice playing experience. And like I said, aside from the gloss, I think it looks super cool. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. Are you thinking a Gretsch can be good for metal? Because I certainly don't associate Gretsch with metal and playing metal kind of riffs. So let me know your thoughts. It'd be great to catch up with you down in the comment section down below. Hopefully we'll mix it up down there and we'll have a conversation. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video, everybody. I very much appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed it, then please consider subscribing. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers at the moment. We've just gone past 1,200 and I'm really grateful for every single person that subscribes to my channel. So if you're considering it, then just know I appreciate it massively and you're very welcome here, and we talk about guitars and have fun times with guitars. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, then stay and hang around for the future and for all the videos that we've got coming up. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video, everybody. Take care until then. In a bit.